Don't you just love the words to that song? I mean, they're so poetic, and he sings about all 5 of the senses and the pleasure and beauty of all 5 of our senses. So, yeah, thank you, Floyd and Lula. All right, well, the master teacher, Muji, said, say thank you to your inmost being. Even if you cannot see at the moment what to say thank you for, keep on saying thank you. It will change the vibration inside and make you light and open and full of love, forgiveness, and joy. Thank you are 2 of the most powerful words that we can say when they come from our heart. And I guess that's why we say, thank you from the bottom of my heart, which actually our heart has no bottom. It's bottomless and it's infinite, and there's no limit to the love and forgiveness and joy that it can feel. But still, when it comes from our heart, it's a powerful thing. And since the month of November naturally calls our awareness to feelings of thankfulness for our family and friends, for the warmth of our home, and for the symbolic and manifest plenty of the harvest season, all this month, we're focusing on the life-changing power of our saying thank you to the life that is for our life and our being. Thank you to existence for our existence. And we'll feel the creative power that comes to us when we're grateful to be alive. When we're grateful for the life within us that causes us to be aware that we're alive. When we appreciate the gift of this human experience, even when we can't see in a particular moment what there is for us to be thankful for, it changes our perception of that moment. And we discover that there is always something there in every moment to appreciate. When we start right where we are and we appreciate what we have, the high vibration of our inner appreciation brings into our awareness and our experience more and more to be grateful for. Now, last Sunday, we considered Muji's suggestion that if we're not feeling the joy in our life that we would like to feel, that we should feed our joy with gratitude. And after service, I mentioned that I was going to start a recipe book for the month. I decided instead to write on 3x5 cards, put them in a box, and just write down each day the ways that I fed my joy with gratitude. And there was a lot, but one day, it was just an extraordinary, beautiful, peaceful, colorful sunrise. And I felt so grateful to awaken to that sunrise. And then just last Thursday with the Indian summer, it was so warm that everyone I passed on my walk was smiling. And just the other day when I was at the market and I was halfway up, climbing up the shelves, trying to get something that was on the top shelves, and I was about midway, maybe almost there, and a tall gentleman came down the aisle and asked if he could help me. I was really grateful for that. He actually helped me down too. Yeah. But what I discovered this week is that the more grateful I felt each day, the more joyful I felt each day. And the more joyful I felt each day, the more grateful I was just to be alive. And unlike the physical body that we can and often do overfeed, Joy can't be overstuffed or overfed. It expands exponentially with every silent or spoken feeling of gratitude we feed it. And since joy is a quality of our spirits, it's infinite, which means that our joy has the potential to expand and grow forever without our ever feeling overly full. Everything in this world is a gift. Everything is a gift to awaken us to who we are. And none of us wants to sleep through that. And so it's important to look at everything, no matter what it is, as a gift. But sometimes it's hard to do, especially when it's something that seems unasked for, unwanted, and uninvited. But if we choose to be grateful for it all, anyway, gratitude will transform our experiences of life into experiences we love to live. It's been said the heart that gives thanks is a happy one, for we cannot feel thankful and unhappy at the same time. We may be able to multitask, but we can't feel opposite feelings at the same time. In every moment, we get to pick which end of the stick of opposites that we will focus on, and we get to experience how our focus causes us to feel. A heart that gives thanks looks out at all life with gratitude and sees nothing that needs repair or fixing. The only thing that can keep us from feeling thankful and grateful and living with a happy heart is our decision to let things that we don't want and we want to wish away to hold our attention long enough that our focus causes us to feel unhappy. Abraham Hicks tells us, don't try to fix things that feel broken. Just focus upon things that give you light-heartedness and joy and ease until you make that your vibrational lifestyle. And see what happens to every relationship in your life experience. Whether it's a relationship with ourselves or with someone else or with money or with anything else that we have a relationship with, which is everything, since we exist in relationship with all that is, focusing on things that give us lightheartedness and joy and ease will change the vibration inside us and cause all we perceive to be outside of us to change before our eyes. When our inner experience is happy, we laugh more, especially at ourselves, instead of taking ourselves so seriously. RuPaul, and yes, I'm quoting RuPaul, because he knows this to be true. Don't take life too seriously and have fun. Don't waste your time on things that your ego will try to convince you are important. When we're not taking ourselves so seriously, it's easier to let things go. It's easier for us not to be so hard on everyone else. Compassion is born of non-judgment. And when we're not trying to fix anything that feels broken around us, whatever it is seems to fix itself. Imagine a lifestyle that feels that good, that reflects so much fun and joy and ease. And we do need to be able to imagine such a life so that our inner vibration joins without resistance to an awareness of the pure energy of love that is constantly creating a life for each of us and for all of us to enjoy. Which brings us to the title of today's talk, The List Does Not Exist. Now, through my years as a minister, when someone tells me, I didn't have any religious upbringing, I always say, lucky you. There's going to be far less to unlearn. But some of us, myself included, were taught early in our religious upbringing that God was a little like Santa Claus, that he made a list of who's been naughty and who's been nice. But unlike Santa Claus, he didn't need to check it twice because he's all-knowing. And he knows everything you've ever done, and he knows what you're doing right now. And his list isn't seasonal. It's eternal. And it's written in indelible ink that lasts forever. Now, even if we can't remember precisely what we were doing every moment of our life as we were growing up, if we were told a lot that we were naughty and we better watch out, then it's possible that even today we have a list of naughties in our mind that far outweighs the nicest. And we're sure that God has the original copy of that list. A belief in eternal sin, or at least in unforgivable mistakes, keeps us from feeling light and open and full of love and forgiveness and joy. When we feel unworthy, even if we can't pinpoint exactly why we do, it's easy for us to believe that we're not going to get what we want, not only at Christmas, but any time in our life. That our prayers won't be answered and our desires won't be met. And we're not surprised when our heart feels heavy and we experience more struggle and pain and suffering than we do ease and joy. If any of this sounds at all familiar, then you will be happy to know that it's written in the book of 1 Corinthians, love keeps no record of wrongs. Well, when I first read that, I was a big yahoo. I mean, if love keeps no record of wrongs, then a divine naughty list does not exist. We're all off the hook. And so is everyone else, whether we like that or not. No matter who, no matter where, no matter what. There is no list. God is love, and love holds only loving thoughts about all of creation. And only God's thoughts are real and eternal. Nothing has changed in the mind of God since the beginning. When he looked out upon everything that just being God created and beheld it as very, very good. Gratitude allows us to experience that very, very good as us. We've always been loved and worthy of love, no matter what we've done. We could say that it all went in one divine ear and out the other. We were forgiven before we asked. We were forgiven even if we didn't ask. If there's a list that exists, it belongs to us. We're the ones who wrote it down. We're the ones who are able and often do keep a record of wrongs done by us and to us. A list that keeps us from being grateful for our life right now. I'd be grateful if I'd done things differently in the past or even yesterday. I'd be grateful if the behavior of others didn't hurt me or make me so frustrated and angry. But if it isn't the nature of love to keep a record of wrongs, then it isn't our nature either. A Course in Miracles tells us nothing real can be threatened and nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. Our soul is immersed right now in the peace of God, where it is eternally safe from all worldly happenings. It doesn't matter what happens here, not to our soul. It only grows and grows. We find inner peace by loving the life that is real in us, the love that exists as us, that can't be threatened by anything in this world. There isn't a list of requirements that we need to follow so that we will be spiritual enough or good enough to be loved by love. We have been, and we are the very expression of eternal love in individual form. Love is what we are. And as we feel grateful for that truth and say thank you to our inner being, gratitude changes our inner vibration and heals the negative perception of ourself that causes us to perceive others as we do. Krishnamurti said, forget all you know about yourself. Forget all you have ever thought about yourself. Start as if you know nothing. Within us and all around us is a universe created by love. We are in relationship with all that is within it. As we allow lightheartedness and joy and ease to become our vibrational lifestyle, every relationship in our life changes and improves and grows and expands in love. We were created for the joy of living in a universe that always has our back, that is always conspiring to bring about the good that we desire. We might as well stop resisting the amazing life we've been given and start appreciating it every moment, no matter what. There's a gift there. We just need to be open to it. When we say thank you to our inmost being for our being alive, for the gift of living in this human environment and sharing ourselves with each other, all for the purpose of awakening to the love we are individually and together. We feel light and open and full of love and forgiveness and joy. Love reveals to us all that is good and beautiful and true about ourselves and all life. When we accept that love is what we are and what we've always been, we discover that our lists of guilt and blame was written in invisible ink. Namaste. Okay.